This video will look at a community-led forest management project to assess the suitability of this kind of environmental management. The main goal of community-led forest management is to harness the knowledge of local people and include them in policies about their community. Reasons include the promotion of social justice, poverty reduction and biodiversity conservation. Le Paturique in Honduras has renowned for its international reputation as a successful model of decentralised forest management. However, there are debates over how successful it actually is. This video will argue that community-based resource management, although theoretically positive, has various problems and modes of power struggles, corruption and conflicts of interest. This is shown with Le Paturique benefiting some individuals, yet disproportionately with corruption embedded into the forest management model. Plumwood presents the key concepts of wider colonisation and Eurocentrism. These histories are embedded in the post-colonial practice of conservation, which is applicable to Le Paturique. Due to the hegemonic nature of the Eurocentric colonial system, the contemporary practice of conservation has modes of inequalities and power struggles ingrained within. This wider literature provided us with a firm grounding for our study. Key concepts. First, we will outline some broader aspects of community-based management. Community-based natural resource management has been on the ascendancy for several decades and plays a leading role in conservation strategies worldwide. Today, some scholars believe CBNRM is experiencing a crisis of identity, with positive examples only experiencing fleeting success. However, despite the current crisis, there is scope for refocusing on its core values, which are ensuring social justice, material well-being, and environmental integrity. Our case study takes us to Le Paturique in Honduras. Forest management was originally centralised in Honduras. Until the 1970s, outside timber companies carried out extensive logging. This logging and lack of resource management reduced timber stock of the forests and created unfavourable conditions for natural regeneration. There was lots of corruption and mismanagement, and most of the profits were not reinvested into local communities. In 1974, the Honduran Corporation for Forestry Development was established and made the owner of Honduran forests. They declared all trees state property. The forest management scheme started in 1992, when the government returned forest ownership from the corporation to landowners. Since then, forestry has about 66% of the municipal budget. The Le Paturique Forest Management Plan showed logging activities could generate employment for 120 people with a monthly income of $87. There are some benefits of this plan, including increased autonomy and assigned responsibility for forest management. Furthermore, logging acts as an opportunity of social mobilisation, therefore increasing income amongst the local community. This can be seen through income of Le Paturique locals doubling between 1992 and 1997. Case study disadvantages. The one voice that everyone wants to be a logger is misleading, and resin tapping has been one of the most important sources of income for many Le Paturique residents and forms part of their identities. Resin tapping and logging cannot occur simultaneously, leading to conflict. Benefits are also skewed by gender and socio-economic position. Rights are registered in husbands' names, which creates dependability for women on their husbands. Some municipal officials and community leaders have abused their increased authority to advance political agendas. Given that authority has been transferred to a local level, it has ignited a new opportunity for corrupt individuals to take bribes. The most marginalised groups in society tend to be the ones who are ignored. This includes women and landless people. The Le Paturique Municipal have to weigh up the advantages of receiving economic and political favours from influential timber contractors against the social and political costs of increasing anger and resistance by local people. To further this point, if wider macroeconomic factors and political structures take priority over municipal forest management decisions, there are concerns this entire scheme is rendered useless. Conversely, a Madagascan community-based natural resource management was approached from a top-down perspective. It was well funded by foreign development agencies, but Madagascar's civil society is weak and the state has little capacity to implement decisions, leading to distrust and conflict. This shows us there is no one tried and tested method to manage stakeholders within forest communities, and a holistic approach should be taken to each area. This would need to focus on speaking to communities instead of speaking about them. When significant plans are discussed at a municipal level, a representative sample of the community needs to be present to ensure the community is actually the focus of the forest management. In conclusion, the beneficial outcomes of the Le Paturique community-based project appear to be outweighed by the disadvantages. The key values of ensuring social justice, material well-being and environmental integrity need to be focused on, and to do this, attention needs to be on the divergent interests of actors, but also the socio-political processes and institutional mechanisms. It is also important to have a graduated system of sanctions to prevent illegal forest extraction. There is potential for this project to work both in Le Praterique and other forest areas if those certain approaches were to change.